morning. It is Monday, January 23rd, 2023, and welcome to another edition of Watercooler Live, a place where you can share your good news and events live here online. So if you have some information that you would like Savannah to know about, go ahead and add it in the chat below. Today, we are going to learn about the YMCA Critz Tybee Run Fest happening February 3rd and 4th. And we have Shannon Horst of the YMCA of Coastal Georgia. And she's here to give us details. She's the operations specialist and race director. So I like to actually welcome Shannon and Summer, both with the YMCA. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, bright and early Monday morning. Do y'all have a good weekend?
We did. A little rainy, but
short.
Always a little short.
Yeah, it was good. So, this really caught my eye because I've made a goal of doing 5K a month. I did the MLK one at the beginning of the year. So I'm really excited to learn about the YMCA Critz Run Fest. So, yeah.
You can knock out your February 5K on the 3rd, which is Friday. So the Critz Run Fest, sponsored by the YMCA, is a 2-day race event. It's 5 separate races, everything from 1 mile all the way up to a half marathon. And if you were to do all 5 in the series, you would earn the 26.2 mile moniker, which is the full marathon race distance. You walk away with 6 medals if you do everything.
Wow. How many people usually run it? I mean, am I allowed to walk it?
You are allowed to walk it. You're even allowed to bring your furry friend on a leash if that's what you'd like to do for a 5K. We're expecting about 1,100 runners at our event. That doesn't even include the free kids run that we offer on Friday night.
Wow. Okay, so tell us, how did the YMCA get involved with Critz? It says YMCA hosting. So tell us about that too.
So the Savannah Tybee Marathon it's been in existence for quite a long time. A number of years ago, it was taken over by Critz Auto Group, who was the presenting sponsor, hosted, they did all the work, they rounded up all the sponsors, and then they donated a portion of those funds back to local nonprofit charities, one of which was YMCA of Coastal Georgia. Nice. After the pandemic, we were approached by Critz, who is a partner in many things that we do here in Savannah, to take over the operations of this race as our major fundraiser for YMCA Georgia to fund lots of the things that we get to do in the community. So that's how we ended up with the Critz Run. But the Critz family and Critz Auto Group is still a major sponsor of the event, and we still work closely with them, not just on this run, but again, on many of our outreach initiatives here.
So I found this picture. Tell me about this.
So one of the races that you need to get to the 26.2 is a 2.8 mile beach run. There's not very many beach runs available in race series across the United States. So it's a unique opportunity for individuals to actually get to run on a beach. It's a lot harder than you think it is. 2.8 miles doesn't seem like a long distance in the grand scheme of things, but it is one of the more challenging, even if it is one of the shorter courses that we offer.
But I could walk it.
You could absolutely walk it.
Awesome. Okay. Are you allowed to bring your dog on this race or no?
So dogs are allowed in our Run Fest. However, we do have to ask that racers and participants abide by state and local laws. So Tybee Island does not allow our pooch friends on the beach, so they are excluded from the beach run, and your dog must be leashed during the race. We also recommend, just because dogs don't usually do long distances, that you stick to the 1 mile and the 5K race. But if you have a well-trained dog that does all your runs with you, you're certainly welcome to do one of the longer runs.
I saw, this is the website that folks go to. Any information about navigating this? Looks really straightforward.
It is pretty much, if you stick on that race info section, which is in the gray box highlighted there, and you click that, it will take you to pretty much everything. There's also a contact link on there that you can ask questions directly of actually myself, I get all those emails and I do try and respond to them within about 48 business hours. So I've gotten all kinds of questions, everything from can I bring my dog? Can I walk? Can I ride a bike? How old what's the youngest we take a child in a 5K? Any questions you have, send them our way. We're happy to answer them.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, the YMCA, you all have a whole lot going on besides this. Summer, what else is happening?
Yeah, well, we are launching the eGym Smart Strength System at 3 branches in the upcoming month or so. Currently, the eGym Smart Strength System, which is cloud-based and recognizes the user based on an individual magic band that you get as a perk of your membership and is individual to you. So the equipment recognizes you when you scan your band. Currently, the eGym system is at the Habersham Y, and it's also available at the Effingham Y right now, but we're about to officially cut the ribbon at the Effingham Y on January 31st at 10 a.m., and so we invite the public to come and join us and celebrate that. Shortly following that, we will be cutting the ribbon at the Islands Y on February 7th at 10. Mm-hmm. And after that, we'll be cutting the ribbon at the Liberty County Y in Hinesville on February 22nd at 10 a.m. And the public is invited to join us for all of those events. We're going to have some fun things going on, some celebration, and we hope people will come and enjoy that event with us and get the opportunity to learn about eGym and how it works.
The eGym is really fascinating. Somewhere I read that you all had the first eGym in Georgia.
That is right. The Habersham branch was the first gym in Georgia to get the eGym equipment.
And apparently there's 13 million users around the world using it.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It really is. What's great about it is that it's self-adjusting based on your program, which you set up at an onboarding session, which again is included in your Y membership. So it self-adjusts based on your program settings and then your progress. So if it feels like the routine that you're doing is a little too tough for you, it's going to remove some of that resistance to make it a little bit better towards your goals. If it feels like you're completing it too easily, it's going to add a little bit more resistance. So it's really thoughtfully helping you to accomplish your goals.
So is it a series of equipment at the gym, at the Y, that you go around and it keeps everything measured, on an app or on a bracelet, or how does that work?
Yes, there is an app you can use. You can also log on to egym.com, so you don't have to download the app if you don't want to. But again, when you onboard, you get a magic bracelet that's individual to you, and every time you come to use the equipment, it's a circuit. You scan your band and it recognizes you, and you can watch the machine adjust to you. I think one of the coolest parts is the actual interface. There's a big screen that kind of looks like a Pac-Man game.
On every single machine?
On every single machine. Yep. Mm-hmm. And as you're executing your workout, you are a little bubble trying to stay on the path. So it sort of takes you out of exercising and kind of feels like you're playing a video game. The entire circuit can be completed in less than 45 minutes. And pretty much everybody takes about the same amount of time on each machine. So you don't really have to stand around and wait for your machine after you finish one.
Just keep on going.
And everybody rotates roughly the same time.
Apparently the success rate of hitting your weight goal or reducing your blood pressure or whatever, it must be really good because there's 13 million users around the world. So congratulations to the Y for, bringing that to Georgia. That's huge.
Thank you. We're really excited about it, and we're excited to bring it to branches across our association, across Georgia.
Excellent. So also, I know that the Y is looking for volunteers with Fresh Express. Tell us about what Fresh Express is.
Yeah, well, Fresh Express is a program that we began in 2016 to help put fresh food, fruits, vegetables, and bread specifically, into neighborhoods where there's low access to those things. So since 2016, the program has begun to be supported by the REACH grant, which is a CDC grant that stands for Racial and Ethnic Approaches to Community Health. And Healthy Savannah is our major partner in that grant and in this program. And we now have 3 different sites across Savannah where on the first Friday of the month and the third Friday of the month, we provide distribution of fresh fruits and vegetables in the community. I believe since the program began, we have put more than 60,000 pounds of fresh food back into Savannah neighborhoods.
Wow. Wow. Where do you get the food? Where do you get the fresh vegetables?
Most of it comes from Second Harvest, who has also been a very strong partner. Some of that food that goes to Second Harvest has been donated by SCAD and their organic gardens, which is really cool, which also gives us the opportunity to put some items in neighborhoods where maybe they don't have access to those kinds of things. Like SCAD is growing things like kale and rosemary, and also from Second Harvest, we get the opportunity to buy more exotic things than people might have access to at their neighborhood grocery store, like dragon fruit. And
how do you eat that? That's the strangest looking fruit. How do you eat that?
Well, we usually have to explain because a lot of the time people have never been able to buy something that is expensive like dragon fruit. Dragon fruit actually has a kind of tough skin, but not a real tough skin. And on the inside, it's real soft. And it's actually pretty mild. It tastes a little bit like an apple. So it goes really well on salad, and it's easy to just cut pieces and eat them.
How long will dragon fruit stay in the refrigerator once you cut it?
I wouldn't leave it in there for more than a day or two, maybe a couple of days once it's cut. I think before it's cut, it's got a pretty stable skin. So you could probably leave it in there for a week or so.
It's an odd looking piece of fruit, but yeah.
It's a cool one.
Yeah, definitely. I need to expand my vegetable and fruit intake. So let's say if somebody's watching and is interested in volunteering, what would be the first opportunity available to come, and what exactly would they be doing?
Sure. Well, because Fresh Express happens twice a month, we are always in need of volunteers to help us with that distribution. So if you go to YMCA of coastalga.org/volunteer, you can find a link to our volunteer sign-up page, which is going to list pretty much all of the programs that we're looking for volunteers to help with. Again, Fresh Express always has a need. We are also looking for volunteers who can do things like coach youth sports leagues. We also have a program called A Place to Dream, where we partner with the Savannah Housing Authority and Living Goods Home Furnishings to put complete bed sets in the homes of children who don't have their own dedicated place to sleep. So in our community, there are many, many children who sleep either co-sleeping with a family member or siblings, or sleep on a couch or on a pallet on the floor. So the priority of that program is to put a complete twin bed set with mattress, sheets, pillow, and a bag of gifts and books and some other items into those homes so those children have their own place to sleep and get the health benefits of a good night's rest.
So when they volunteer, will they actually, I guess they'll need to lift things, whether it's the vegetables or the beds. So
sure, there's not a whole lot of physical heavy lifting with Fresh Express that's required, but a little bit. Some of those cases of fruits and vegetables may weigh as much as 10 pounds or so. With A Place to Dream, the lifting can be a little bit heavier, but again, these are generally aluminum frames. They're pretty light. Getting the mattress up the stairs sometimes is the difficulty, but usually we have a pretty thorough retinue of people who can assist with that. So if you don't want to have to do heavy lifting, like carrying a twin size mattress up a flight of stairs, that's okay. Somebody else can. Awesome.
Well, you guys are really, really busy over there. If there's anything else that you would like to share, let us, now's the time.
Well, we hope that you will all come out to Tybee Island to see us February 3rd and 4th for the YMCA Critz Tybee Run Fest. If you'd like to register to volunteer for that event, you can do that at critztybeerun.com. And on the left side of the navigation, there's a little volunteer tab where you can see what the jobs that are available are and what the shifts that are available are. And Also, please join us at the Effingham Y on January 31st at 10 a.m. to cut the ribbon on EGEM. And then after that, at the Islands Y on February 7th at 10 a.m. and the Liberty Y February 22nd at 10 a.m.
Well, thank you so much for being on the water cooler, and I hope everybody comes out to do this race. It's a great new resolution for me this year to do at least one a month walking. I'm not running.
Well, we'd love to see you, Marjorie.
Yes. Come out, enjoy the day, come out
Yeah.
and volunteer, come out and walk or run any of our races,
Mhm.
come out and support the YMCA of Coastal Georgia in our mission to help our community.
Mhm.
And it's a great mission. Okay, guys, y'all have a great Monday.
Thank
We'll see y'all
you.
next time.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.